What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy Dredd is back here with the NFL Fourth and Goal podcast. As always, I'm your host, the Dread Man, and I'm here today with my boy Flip. What's going on, Flip?
Not much, man. My predictions last week weren't that great.
Hey, you and me both, man. I'm not even gonna get mad at that. But see, here's the thing: the good news is it's only week one. The bad news is it's only week one, which means things can either get better or worse for you depending on who you are.
Yeah, I think the Redskins and
Washington.
the Washington football team and
Yeah.
the Jaguars, they
Yeah.
kind of showed us that they're not that bad. They're not that
Yeah.
bad this year.
Washington's front line could be one of the most vicious front lines, D lines in football right now. But of course, because the thing is, I think that Philly was favored by 7 over them, which wasn't too crazy. But the thing is, but that comeback though, I got to give Washington, I got to give them their props where it's due. And I didn't expect the Jags to beat Indy. I really didn't expect that either. But it is what it is with that. I think Indy's probably only going to get better from here, but I guess it depends on their schedule. I don't really see the Jag. The thing is, like I said, I know the Jags are going to get like one. They're going to get like one definitive win, whether it might be fluky or not. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what was your game of the week for last week?
Game of the week. It might have been that 49ers Cardinals game. Or you know what? It might be the Bengals Chargers game. It was like a low scoring kind of like game, but it was fun to see Joe Burrow kind of show us that he's NFL caliber quarterback.
Right.
And, it was sad to see Tyrod. He was trash, man. I'm hoping they.
Remember, it's only week one. It's only week one.
It was, but it's like the Bengals defense. Like everyone was like, "Oh man, the Bengals defense is trash." So Joe Burrow is going to have to like make up for it. But now it's like, I don't know. Like I'm kind of putting that on the Chargers quarterback more than the Bengals defense, if anything. So, but it was a great game. He probably should have won that if they didn't call the pass interference on AJ Green. But.
Yeah, and I see pass interference is going to be a recurring theme in this year. So
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even that Lions game was a close second as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which call was?
Him drop the ball.
Oh yeah, the Vikings and the Packers was a very good game too. It was probably the highest scoring game of the week, and Aaron Rodgers showing he still got it, man. Oh.
Yeah, he came out and he balled out. Devontae Adams was probably the only receiver out there, but Lazard actually showed some promise. So, Lazard's probably his next go-to guy out there on that field.
Definitely. Now, for most improved, like I said, it's not because there was no preseason. Like you can't really put this one, but I would say by far, Washington probably from where they were last year to where they are now, I say they're the most improved so far. But like I said, it's only week one. But what about you?
Most improved.
Yeah.
I might have to go with Washington. I think they impressed me a good bit on defense, if anything. Like Chase Young, Ryan Kerrigan, all those guys. I forgot that they were like top-notch players, and they still are. So that defense could probably carry them if Haskins can get the ball to McLaurin, and their running game it's looking pretty solid. So Washington might be like a 5-6 win team, and I had them at 0-16. So that's a huge improvement.
Definitely, yeah. Now for the choke of the week. Do you want to say the Cowboys?
Cowboys, I don't know. I don't know if it's the Cowboys because the Cowboys, it feels like that game, the refs kind of screwing them over. I feel like the Jalen Ramsey call, it was not. But I think the choke might have been the Titans game. The Broncos.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because Gostkowski, he missed like 3-4 field goals. It was like, how did the Broncos lose his comeback? So it's like.
Yeah, it's like they were literally trying to hang you the damn game. They were trying to hang you the game, but you didn't even take it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was theirs for the second.
Yeah. They just didn't capitalize on it when it's their fault. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's get into these predictions. Week 2, Thursday night football. We got AFC North matchup. We got Cincinnati Bengals 0-1 against the Cleveland Browns 0-1. Now, let me see. This is actually, hold on, let me see. Is this an away game? No. This is actually a home game for the Bengals. So we are gonna see how it goes for them. The thing is, they showed some pretty good flashes on offense. I mean, and Joe Burrow, he looked damn good in that pocket. He looked good scrambling too. Like he had pretty good lateral movement too. But the thing is, like the quarterback's only going to be as good as his weapons, especially a rookie quarterback. But I'm telling you one thing.
He has the weapons.
Yeah, but he needs. That O-line, they're going to have to block for him because he can't just be a sit duck in that damn pocket. So yeah.
You know what it is? I'm not even going to blame the O-line because look who they're going up against. I mean, you're not going up against that every single week. You got Bosa, Linval, Joseph, and Melvin Ingram on the line, just kind of hawking, and the secondary is pretty locked down. So I mean, for him to even come close to beating the Chargers on his first game of the year, like no preseason, I mean, he impressed me. So I mean, I have a lot of faith in him kind of showing up for these future games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Cleveland is at home in this game. Yeah, the Browns are. Now, also, once again, Baker Mayfield is kind of more or less the same. Now, he's got the weapons, he's got the running game, and Baker's got a hell of an arm. But once again, that O-line is going to have to block for him. This game solely depends on who has the better blocking game and who. I mean, because both defenses are pretty much neck and neck too. So we are really all going to see about that. Oh man, but
it's all about Odell to me.
I mean, Jarvis Landry. Don't forget about him too.
Yeah, but it's like you gotta get Odell something. Like you can't.
Landry had more receiving yards than Odell.
Yeah, last year, but I mean Odell still had 1,000 yards last year, and that was on a bad. He had like the groin injury, no chemistry with Baker. You have to get Odell like he has to be like your star receiver. It can't be Jarvis. Like Jarvis Landry is good for that wide receiver 2 role, but you gotta make Odell like your star guy. If Baker can't like get it started, then it's like this team is gonna suck. I had high hopes. I thought the offseason Baker and Odell could agree and start going on, but
yeah. All right. What's your final score for the Bengals Browns game?
I'm gonna say Bengals 20, Browns 17.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go Browns 20, Bengals 17.
I'm not mad at it. I got a little bit of faith in Burrow after seeing his stuff.
Yeah, but like I said, Browns. I mean, even though I guess home field advantage is kind of like a moot point since this is really no crowd. But yeah, I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Browns in this one.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
I just think Baker he's pretty mediocre. He's like Mitch Trubisky basically at this point.
I think he's better than Mitch. I mean,
they're about neck and neck to me. Like they're both pretty mediocre quarterbacks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, all right. But anyway, my final score is 17-20 Browns. All right. Next up, we got the Jacksonville Jags on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Now, I don't know if it says a lot. I don't know if it says that the Broncos were just, they looked good against them. I mean, even though they still lost. I don't know if it says about how much the Broncos have improved or if the Titans were just sloppy that game. Jacksonville, they pulled out a win against the Colts, and I did not think that they were going to. Gardner Minshew shows he still got a lot in the tank, but the thing is, there's still way too many holes for me to convince me that they're going to be legit going on down the road, despite the fact that they got the first win. Titans, they got their. I mean, they're going to be one of these teams that like snowball. Like they're going to pick up more and more momentum as it goes down the stretch. I say by mid-season, by week 8, they'll probably be like 5-3. That's my prediction. But as far as my prediction for this game, go on ahead and give me the Titans in this game 23-16. How about you? Definitely.
Titans 23, Jags 14.
All right. Next up, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home against the Carolina Panthers. Now, the thing is, I like the Panthers, I really do, and I like Teddy B, and I love Christian McCaffrey. But the thing is, like, their defense is garbage. It really is, or at least it's a shell of what it used to be, especially their linebackers in the secondary. Oh my goodness. Um, if you want to beat, I mean, the thing is, Terrific Tom, despite all his weapons, he didn't look that amazing either. What, he had 2 picks, 3? He threw 2. Did he throw 2 or 3 picks?
I think it was 2 and one was a pick six there.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 turnovers. So yeah, the thing is, like I said, both of these guys are 0-1 going into this one. So I mean, the thing is, you got to look at the level of competition that both of these guys faced. I mean, the Bucks faced the Saints, and yeah. So I mean, I mean, just they say you're only as good as your last game, but I mean, even the thing is, even though the Bucks started off good, their first quarter was pretty good. But the thing is, they got worse and worse progressively as the game, especially with the turnovers, and like they didn't really have that much of a defense either. But then again, Alvin Kamara and Drew Brees can make any defense look bad. So what's that really saying? I mean,
It just, I liked that the Saints defense kind of came out and they I don't say they dominated, but they did what they needed to do to get Breeze and Kamara in their head to the point where it felt like Kamara was out of the game for like the whole second half.
yeah,
Yeah, they did a pretty good job setting the Bucks, but I feel like Tom Brady was just kind of getting into his rhythm, and he was still kind of making good communication with Mike Evans, like the interception. It was clear they weren't on the same page. So I don't think Mike Evans is the guy in that offense anymore for Tom Brady.
no.
So I think week 2 you'll see a whole different kind of Bucks team.
All right. Final score prediction for Bucks and Panthers.
Panthers aren't that great this year, so I'm gonna say Bucks 24, Panthers 70.
I say 24-20 Bucks. That's just me. I think they're going to do a little bit more on offense, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Denver Broncos. Like I said, Denver improved. I mean, from what I see, like they improved from last year, but to me, they're still going to be like an 8-8 team. And Big Ben and the Steelers, like it seems like they could get right back to top form with their high-powered offense. I mean, come on, they got Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. Oh my God, that toe tap by Chase Claypool. I'm debating on whether or not he should start this year. If he should start over James Washington or Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson looked a little bit sloppy. But, go ahead.
I don't know yet. Just kind of let him get into his rhythm, and then it's like Juju's contract or something. If they want to trade him,
Yeah.
anything, you got that backup right there.
Yeah. And oh my Lord, Bud Dupree. They better pay that man. They better pay that man because his contract is coming up. His contract ends after this year. I don't know I don't know if it's a good idea to split up Watt and Dupree. But I'm telling you,
You keep your dynamic duos out there.
damn Skippy. I mean, but like I said, Denver did not look too bad. I mean, the thing is, for them to keep up with the Titans, that says something. But like I said, then again, no preseason. Both teams are. I mean, this is like the first 4 weeks are warm up exercise. Like I've been saying, you don't see teams' true identity till around like week 5, 6, 7. That's when you see.
Like halfway through the season.
Yeah. That's when you the second quarter of the season, weeks 5 through 8, is when you see teams' true colors. Oh man, but going ahead. I mean, in this game, give me the Steelers 27-21 over the Broncos. What about you?
I like what the Steelers did on defense for the most part. I felt like Daniel Jones kind of had kind of nervous sometimes. Like that Bud Dupree,
Yeah.
the hit that caused the interception, that was just kind of big for you guys. I think it was a momentum changer, but I trust the because I feel like the pass rush and everything was enough to kind of keep you guys in games. Dan was pretty nice on offense. I think James Conner will probably
Yeah.
Either way, I feel like against a team like these guys, I don't know. Yeah, I think you guys will be fine. I think it should be a pretty good game for you guys. I'll say Steelers 27 to 20.
Yeah, that's about right. Now, next up, we got the LA Rams going on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that we're going to see the exact same thing. We're going to see the Eagles start off strong and then wet the bed in the second half, especially against a team like the Rams. And with the Rams secondary, you don't want to do the Rams defense is nasty. The secondary is nasty and the front line is nasty. So is this going to? The thing is, here's the thing: if you're able to get if you're able to get to Carson Wentz once and disrupt him, he gets happy feet and he starts running more than he wants to, and that kind of makes his receivers drop a lot of passes because he has to, in order for a receiver to catch his passes, he has to plant his feet. So yeah, now the Rams, all they really have to do is not screw up. All they have to do is not really make any mistakes. Keep the penalties to a minimum and keep the turnovers to a minimum. And and their running game is pretty damn good. I mean, so yeah. Going ahead and give me the Rams in this game 27 21 27-21 Rams. What about you?
I feel like the Eagles. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Eagles right now. I feel like Wentz is he's more of a guy who passes to his tight ends. He doesn't really have anybody outside of Jalen Rager. Miles Sanders is probably going to be back, but he might not be like 100% for the team yet.
Mm-hmm.
Alshon's still out, so it's like their defense clearly can't stop anything. I mean, they lost to Washington. So when you're going against the Rams, who kind of figured out their identity with this two tight end set, and their defense is getting better and better. I mean, Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I feel like the Rams should run away with this one. The Eagles are kind of lost right now. This might not be their year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Rams 30, Eagles 20.
All right. Next, we got the 49ers. They lost in a very, very competitive game last week, so that loss kind of doesn't really mean. It means something, but it doesn't really. I mean, it was a divisional loss, but yeah. Anyway, the Niners against the Jets. Now, the Jets, let's be real. They're a mess. They don't really have anybody. Le'Veon Bell's out. He's really the only way to move the ball. Their defense is not good at all. Like, what are they really working with? They don't really have any. There's nothing about them that says, "Oh my God, this team is scary." Nothing about them. At least not at the moment. Like I said, the Niners had a dogfight with the Cardinals, and I expected the Niners to win that game. And they did. But the thing is, Kyler Murray, I'm proud of him. He stepped up. He looked like a champ out there in the pocket and scrambling. I'm proud of him. And we're gonna get to them. We're gonna get to DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitz in a second. But yeah, the thing is, like, the Jets haven't shown me any reason why they should win this game. Now, on paper, like I said, the Niners should win. Like I said, unless some unforeseen crazy stuff happens, like an injury or something like that, I don't know. Even then, the Niners still got enough in the tank to get it done. And I think Richard Sherman's out for 3 weeks, I believe. But still, that really shouldn't be that much of a detriment. And like I said, we don't really see teams' true colors until like week 5 anyway. So go ahead and give me the Niners over the Jets by 28-14. What you got?
The Jets lost Le'Veon Bell, so I mean,
Yeah.
they got Frank Gore starting. So I mean, I have no hope in the Jets team. Le'Veon was supposed to be the one that keeps Sam Darnold protected because you're supposed to fear to run with Le'Veon to the game. So if he's out, I'm not fearing Frank Gore, and the 49ers definitely aren't fearing Frank Gore.
Absolutely
so
not. A 37-year-old Frank Gore at that.
Yeah. The 49ers are slowly going to get healthy as the season goes on. They're going to get Eagle back to 100. They're going to probably make a trade for somebody, bring somebody in. So, I mean, Kittle's still going to be fine. They still got their run game going strong. Most of it was killing in last game. So, Against the Jets, I doubt it. No Jamal Adams on defense. Like, the Jets are kind of a mess right now. I don't know what's going on with that organization. But, yeah, give me the 49ers 28, Jets probably 14.
All right. Next, you got the Buffalo Bills going up against the Miami Dolphins. And it might be two a time. I mean, especially if Fitzception can't get it together. So, yeah. And the Bills, they might not scare you yet, but they are solid all around. They don't really have any really tremendous holes in their game. As long as the quarterback has a solid day and doesn't, turn the ball over and their running game is decent, they'll be fine. Especially since their defense, especially since the Bills' defense is getting right back to what it was. I believe that, they're going to be able to jam up the Dolphins' running game, what little running game they do have, and they're going to be able to get to the quarterback as well. So, not really too much to say about this one, but I'm going to go with Bills 21-10 over the Dolphins. Who you got? Bills, Dolphins.
I praise this Bills team every year, probably.
Yeah.
They're slowly starting to not let me down. So, I think against the Dolphins, they'll be fine. Fitzpatrick, I think he threw like 3 picks last game, so he'll probably repeat that against this Bills defense. Josh Allen was looking great out there. You got Stephon Diggs really involved in offense.
Oh, yeah.
John Brown looking real good. Like, I think they threw like a screen and he just like ran it 20, 30 yards for a touchdown. So, their running backs are looking good too. So that whole Bills team they're in shape to maybe be a sleeper for the Super Bowl. And I don't think this Dolphins team is going to be the one to upset them. So
yeah,
it should be like Bills 27, Dolphins 30.
All right. Next up, you got the Minnesota Vikings going on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. Now the Vikings, they looked good in the first quarter against the Pack, and they got embarrassed in the next 3 quarters. But like I said, it's Aaron Rodgers going up against here. The Colts, like I said, I did not really expect them to lose, especially to the Jags. Like I said, maybe that might have been a fluke loss. But the thing is, like, I haven't lost complete faith in the Colts yet. But like I said, we're going to see how they are against this. We're going to see how they are going down the stretch. Now, but the thing is, on paper, despite how the Vikings looked last week, on paper they're the better team. So especially since they got a better, they for damn sure have a better running game than the Colts do, and I think their quarterback is just a little bit better. Now the only thing is the defense, because really I believe that since neither team's defense is that scary, I believe that it might come down to who has the ball last instead of it's going to come to who can outscore who instead of who the defense making stops. So with that in mind, going ahead and give me the Vikings in this game. Give me the Vikings 27-17 over the Colts. Who you got? Vikings, Colts.
I think it's a Vikings game just because the Colts are a good team. I just feel like the Vikings have that chemistry, and I think chemistry is going to be the advantage this year for a lot of teams. You bring in Phillip Rivers, he's got to kind of get used to his receivers and kind of figure out what he wants to do on that field. So we saw that he's not really all the way there yet. He's struggling against the Jags. So we bring him against a Vikings team that just had Adam Thielen carve up the Packers. Dalvin Cook is still Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And they just signed him into a big ass contract, so he's ready to go. It's just the Vikings are just more prepared to win these games. So I would say Vikings 31, Colts 24.
All right, next up, we got the Detroit Lions going on the road to Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. Old man Rodgers isn't done yet. Aaron Jones, looks like a world beater. And come on, as long as he's got Devontae Adams, they can drop 28 points on a defense easy. And now, here's the thing. Despite the Lions losing last week, Matt Stafford didn't look bad in his return. He really didn't. But the thing is that he's got to get something going. And also that O-line has got to protect. The O-line is good, But also, they need to get that running game back on. They need to get that running game back on track. I feel like if they will, they'll be fine. But once again, this is a divisional game, and the divisional games against the Lions and the Packers are usually close. And I'm going to go along with that, especially because of how the Lions looked last week. But give me the Packers in this game, 28-24 over the Lions. Who you got? Packers, Lions.
Yeah, it's probably going to be another disappointing loss for the Lions. I just don't. They have to keep it together somehow. They might beat the Packers. It's close because you never know. I think they 2-0'd the Packers a couple years ago, and then they maybe 1-1 them last year.
Mm-hmm.
But they always play the Packers hard, so I can't sleep on them too much.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that the Packers. I think the Packers are just rolling right now. They got Alan Lazard up there in the offense already cooking as a rookie. Devontae Adams can always get open. Aaron Jones can always get you, 4 to 5 yards to carry. They're clicking right now, and I feel like with that momentum, the Packers take it. So I'll say Packers 31, Lions 23.
All right. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys at home against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons fought hard last week despite their loss, and a lot of people would argue that the Cowboys probably should have a win right now. I mean, the thing is, I think that even if they would have gotten the field goal range, I probably still think they would have lost in overtime because, come on, the Rams were at home. But I say that the Cowboys should just go ahead and just take that loss in the 10 despite the pass interference call. And the thing is, they didn't look bad either. I mean, they really didn't. Oh, yeah, just a side note right quick. I mean, if the Cowboys, if they tank this year, Dak, don't worry about getting that big time contract. Don't worry about getting that Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes type of money. You better worry about if you're going to be starting, period. That's just my thoughts on that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like I said, Andy Dalton is the backup, though. I mean, but still, it's like, well, who do you trust more, Andy Dalton or do you trust Dak Prescott more? But, I mean, Zeke, there's like no introduction needed. Zeke is Zeke. I mean, he can get you that. He can get a touchdown. He's a ground and pound kind of running back. CeeDee Lamb looked pretty damn good, too. He really did, despite this being his first pro game. Now, on the Falcons side, Todd Gurley looked okay. He still needs time to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looked good. But the thing is, like, he's got. I mean, like he might need a little bit better blocking at the start. But the thing is, like, he can also get you the ball too. I mean, he can get the ball where it needs to be too. So, yeah, this game might come down to who has the better passing game because I believe we're going to see 50 to 100 yards rushing on the ground, and I think you're going to see a lot of. I mean, as far as rushing, I think you might see Dak run a little bit more out of the pocket too, because Dak can run it better than Matt Ryan can. This game is going to be a nail biter. Give me the Cowboys in this game, 28-23 over the Falcons. How about you, Cowboys Falcons?
I'm probably leaning towards the Falcons in this one. I liked the game. Their last game, but I felt like once they started kind of losing the lead and it kind of got into like that 2-4 territory, they faded away from the run game and kind of started throwing heavy, which messed them up. I feel like if they just kind of kept the run in there or just tried to do something, they could have had a more balanced offense. The Cowboys look good, but they just lost Vander Esch on defense, so I'm a little like, that gives Matt Ryan a lot of time in that pocket. I mean, you give Matt Ryan an extra second or two for Julio Jones to get open or Calvin Ridley, it's probably game time.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to be a shootout like you were predicting. I'm going to say Falcons 35, Cowboys 28.
All right. I'm not mad at that. Next up, you got the New York Giants against the Chicago Bears. Like I said, the Giants didn't look terrible in their loss to the Steelers. I mean, and the Bears are all right. I mean, like I said, I don't know how much you want to trust Mitch Trubisky down the stretch. Really, the only thing that's saving them, the Bears, is their running game. That's pretty much it. Now, if you ask me who's got the better running game between the Giants and the Bears, I think Saquon's a better running back than But yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, he is by far. Oh man, uh, I'm going. The thing is, this is hard. I mean, because the Bears' defense is just a little bit better, but the Giants might have a slightly better offense. That is, if Danny Dimes can keep his damn composure. But it's at Soldier Field. This is a home game for the Bears. Hopefully, I don't regret this. I wanted to pick the Giants at first to bounce back from their loss, but going ahead and give me the Bears in this game, 23-20 over the Giants. It's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. But yeah, go ahead and give me the Bears by 3 points over the Giants, 23-20. Who you got? Bears, Giants.
Um, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna lean towards the Giants in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Saquon has another game where he has like 9 carries for negative 3 yards
Yeah.
to start off. So, Daniel Jones, he looked funny. I think he looked pretty good. He just had that one mess up where he just decided, let me throw this ball in the air for some reason instead of throwing it away.
But you got to look at the Steelers' front line, though. He was running for his life in the second half.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like the Steelers have a way better pass rush than the Bears. And
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Mack he's injured right now as well, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I think it's still a low scoring game. It's just I don't trust Trubisky out there as much either. So I'm gonna say Giants 13, Bears 10.
All right. Next, you got the Arizona Cardinals against Washington. Now Washington, like their front line, looked pretty damn good. Chase Young and Ryan Kerrigan are going to be a dangerous duo. But see, here's the thing: that could give them the edge against Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's he's a smaller quarterback, and he likes to run out of the pocket a lot. This game, he's going to need. The thing is, I don't think he's going to have time to plant his feet and throw. Because he's got a good running game and two dangerous wide receivers. Man. The thing is, like, Dwayne Haskins, he's going to have to step it up too. Especially, but the thing is, I think that he's definitely a better pocket passer than Kyler Murray is. But Kyler's a better passer on the run and throw. This might come down to who can make more stops on defense and who can turn the ball over more and also give them better field position on punts. Whew. Man, do I want to give it to Washington in this game? I don't know because at first I wanted to because of how good they look, and like I said, I didn't expect the Cardinals to beat the Niners. So this is probably going to be one of the hardest games of the week to call. Man. Don't make me regret this Cardinals, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Cardinals 24-21 over Washington. Who you got, Washington or Cardinals?
I don't think it's going to be that close to me. I feel like I had the Cardinals beating the 49ers to start the year because the 49ers had so many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if Kyler can do that against 49ers pass rush, he should be fine against Chase Young and Ryan Kerrigan. So I feel like he's already on the same page with Diop. Diop, we've seen he's a journeyman with quarterbacks. He can put up 10 catches for 150 yards with Brian Hoyer. He's good with Kyler Murray. So I just feel like Diop is automatic. He's going to go off on this Washington team, and they're not going to have the offense to keep up. So I would say Cardinals 30, Washington 17.
Wow, all right. I had it a little bit closer, but okay.
Yeah.
Next up, we got another potential game of the week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs on the road against the LA Chargers. The Chargers might have looked sloppy, but at least they pulled it out. And like I said, Tyrod Taylor, he looked a little bit slow. Like I said, he might have looked sloppy, but at least he got the job done. And the Chargers, now the secondary, I will say this, their secondary is probably the best thing about their defense so far. Well, aside from Bosa. But, yeah. And, in the Kansas City Chiefs, they embarrassed the Texans. That game was, the score did not reflect how dominant they were in that game. It really didn't. No. Mm-mm. Don't let the score fool you. The Texans did get schooled in the game against the Chiefs. I don't really see where the Chiefs really need that much improvement. It's good. Like I said, now once again, divisional games usually are kind of close. and I actually do have this close. At first, I wanted to call. I mean, the thing is, because at first I did want to call the upset, and have the Chargers over the Chiefs. But thing is, like, I don't, because I was like, man, are the Chiefs going to sleep on competition this early in the season? Are they going to really take the Chargers lightly? Because if they take the Chargers lightly, they're going to get hurt. I'm telling you. Oh man. But go ahead and give me the Chiefs in this game, 28-23 over the Chargers. How about you? The Chargers are at home, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, with the pandemic going on,
yeah.
I'm optimistic. I don't believe in Tyrod anymore. I've seen him last game. He looked sloppy out there. I don't know. Even when he was running, he was getting caught by the linemen. So he was slipping everywhere. His throws weren't accurate. He looked lost out there. So I feel like it's going to be a game where we might stay in it for the first half because of our defense.
Yeah.
But Tyrod not being able to score, and Patrick Mahomes eventually is going to score, and you've got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce out there, and their new running back, Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the Chiefs will probably run away with this one in the second half. So if they don't even run away with it in the first half, they
I don't think they will.
Yeah. So I'll say Chiefs probably 34, Chargers 20.
All right, next. You got the Baltimore Ravens on the road against the Houston Texans. Now, the Ravens, I mean, they're right back. They're pretty much clicking them right back to where they were, at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, and like I said, the Texans, they started off good against the Chiefs, but then again, it's the Chiefs. Come on now, they're high powered. They got a high powered offense. And the thing is, like, DeAndre Hopkins is missed. Now, the thing is, like, I don't know if Will Fuller can get it done on his own. Now, the thing is, I believe that the Texans can win this game. I believe the Texans have the ability to beat the Ravens. But if they want to win, they got to keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands as much as possible. They got to slow down the game. I mean, the thing is, they can't have it a fast-paced game. They got to have a slow, grinding game and keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. Lamar Jackson, all he's really got to do is be himself. Well, be himself and not turn the ball over. That's pretty much about it. And like I said, I actually like, like I said, I like Deshaun Watson. I really do. But he can get careless and he can get reckless with the ball, especially when he starts to scramble out of the pocket. At least when Lamar scrambles out of the pocket, he can make things happen. He doesn't get too flashing, too crazy, but the thing is, he can make you miss. Oh, man. It hates me to say this because I'm a Steelers fan, but go ahead and give me the Ravens in this game. Give me the Ravens 31-27 over the Texans. Who you got? Ravens, Texans.
Man, I don't like the Texans this year. I had them at an optimistic, I think, 10-win season just because it's the Texans, but after seeing that game against the Chiefs, the Chiefs pass rush was killing.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens have a much better defense. They're going to punish Deshaun Watson. That O-line can't protect him. And like you were saying, when he runs up the pocket, he dance. He doesn't run.
Yeah. He cuts. Why? I don't understand. Like, he'll run laterally, then he'll cut back 3 to 5 yards, then he'll run he does.
He's still looking for a throw.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to get the first down at least 5 yards or something. So it's easier for you in third. But
yeah. Don't run to the left, then cut back 3, 4, 5 yards. Don't do that, especially against the Ravens defense.
Yeah, and Lamar, they killed the Browns through the air. It was I think they ran 21 times.
Yeah.
So he's really practicing trying to be that pocket quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's succeeding. Hollywood Brown's killing, Mark Andrews is killing. So it just seems like this Ravens team is they're going to impress us once again, like they do every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Ravens winning this. I'm going to say 27-20.
27-20. All right. Next up, we got the New England Patriots going up against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are at home in this game. Like I said, it doesn't mean like I say, it's going to be strange not having that 12th man, but still, it's going to be this is going to be a slugfest of a game. Now, I mean, you got both QBs who are scrambling. Both of them have good weapons, but I believe at this well, I was going to say that they do got the better rush. The Seahawks got the better rush game, but I don't think so now. I believe it's neck and neck as far as rushing. But, however, I will say the Seahawks have a slightly better defense than the Patriots. Okay, never mind. I believe aside from Stephon Gilmore, they have a glaringly better defense than the Seahawks have a glaringly better defense than the Patriots do. And I think this is going to be what sets them apart. Now Cam, like he did a lot of rushing in this game in his last game, and that's to be expected from him. But I think in this game he might be a little bit more of a pocket passer just to show that he can do it. But I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Seahawks. But go ahead and give me the Seahawks in this game, 28-21 over the Patriots. Who you got? Seahawks, Patriots.
I'm probably going to lean towards Seahawks here just because Cam impressed us.
Yeah.
He showed that, hey, I can still move on the ground. I can still, throw it a little bit. He got to Edelman a few times. It's just he doesn't have the weapons. Like, the Patriots need to get him some receivers outside of Edelman, or else they're going to get into these games where Edelman's going to be shut down.
Yeah.
And their running game's not going to be able to get him out of it. And against, like, a team like the Seahawks, who are just kind of clicking right now with DK and Tyler Lockett and Chris Carson and all those guys. And then they got Jamal Adams on defense now, so it's like, yeah, I feel like the Seahawks are just they're kind of moving away from the run again. They're kind of making it more of a balanced offense. So I'm liking the Seahawks team this year. I'm gonna say Seahawks beat the Patriots 28-23.
All right. And we got the Monday Night Football game with the New Orleans Saints going on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders scraped it out last week, and the Saints dominated pretty much they dominated the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't really see where the Saints need that much to improve. I mean, and like I said, the Raiders, they looked okay.
They lost Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah, they lost my. But the thing is, like they got more than enough weapons to make up for that. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, they do, but it's Michael Thomas. I don't know. Like,
but see, here's the thing. I feel like without Michael Thomas, the Raiders defense don't have anybody to key on now. So now Drew Brees can spread the ball around without worrying about getting his main target picked off.
yeah, that's true.
Yes, he can spread the ball around like that. The thing is, injuries can be a blessing in disguise. Especially for offensive coordinators because like the defensive coordinators on the other side, like okay, this guy's not there. Now who do we focus on? So yeah. Like I said, the Raiders looked okay. I mean, like Derek Carr, he was alright in last week's game. But thing is, like, one thing that you don't want to do is try to play catch up against the Saints because the Raiders aren't going to be able to do that. Like, because the Saints, they start off fast and they keep their foot on the gas, especially when they got the lead. Go ahead and give me the Saints in this game, 35-20 over the Raiders. Who you got? Raiders, Saints.
I like what the Raiders did, but I feel like this might be the game where the Saints might get caught off guard. Just because Michael Thomas is out. They got Emmanuel Sanders and Tre'Quan Smith and Alvin Kamara still, so it's a pretty likely scenario that they still win this game. It's just that the Raiders kind of play that like smash mouth, let me run the ball first kind of football. But they were pretty impressed. I mean, Josh Jacobs killing it last week. Henry Ruggs, it was his first start as a rookie. He was the lead receiver, and he was doing pretty well until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I think it wasn't even a serious injury like that. I think he'll probably be back out there week 2. So, I mean, if Derek Carr has found like his new guy, his new number one, because I don't think that was Tyrell Williams.
No.
This Raiders team could be pretty surprising this year. I think I'm going to say this might be my upset game. I think Monday night, upset game, Raiders beat out the Saints. I'm going to say 23-17.
Wow. I would have said 23-20 if we were talking upset, but yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking 23-20.
Yeah.
I'll go 23-20 because you're agreed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that'll pretty much do it for this week's predictions. Any final thoughts, questions, or comments that you want to get off?
I hope the Chargers put in Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
After seeing Joe Burrow pick, I'm hoping that they just kind of like pull the trigger and they say, let me get Justin Herbert out here because Tyrod did not look good.
Yeah, well, like I said, maybe it was just a bad game. Maybe it was just a fluke game for him. Like I said, at least they got it done. I mean, but like I said, they're going up against the Chargers. Like I said, and the thing is, like I said, the Chargers are very capable of winning, especially since they're at home. Like I said, it's but like I said, one of the only ways I can see them is if the Chiefs take them lightly, which will be a mistake.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs are taking anybody lightly in the early season.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that'll do it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and Flip. Once again, thank you for co-hosting the show with me, and I'll see you next week.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, not a problem. Peace out.